we're looking at ways to lower the number of people in this jail, inmates. And so Terry and the undersheriff and Lieutenant Nider made a trip to Ada County, Idaho, because they use alternative programs for their inmates down there. So when they came back, they had some ideas about how we might be able to lower our population here as well.
In Ada County, the sheriff down there says from the minute you walk into his jail in handcuffs until you discharge your obligation, you belong to the sheriff. So that all of these programs are controlled by the sheriff's department. And the reason they do that is so that they can control the population in the building. That's how this got started. And so that's where I looked at it and I said, you know, that sounds like something we could do here. They have a number of different programs. They have, and everything is sheriff, sheriff, sheriff. There's sheriff's labor detail, sheriff's community service, there's interim jail, there's a number, there's work release, there's a number of different programs. And all of it's controlled and administered by Ada County Sheriff. And the interesting thing, the really good one, the one that really piqued my interest, is this is offender funded. These, for example, you have a guy who comes in and he's sentenced to 10 days in jail. Well, he comes down and he's assigned to the sheriff's labor detail. And so he gets to go home. And he comes down on his weekends and they set him up, and for example, they take him out to the landfill and he picks up trash and helps and paints and does that sort of thing. They send him out with a lunch. He comes back at the end of the day to this central point, and he gets to go home. And his 8 hours of work time constitutes a day in jail. But he pays $25 a day for the privilege. So if you get 10 days in jail, then you pay in $250 plus a $25 administration fee. So not only do they save the cost of having you in the building, but they also make enough money to help with administration. In fact, they gave money back to their general fund. A number of the counties that we have looked at.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, in Ada it was $1.6 million last year.
Wow.
We have what they call minimus. And these are people that are sentenced, they come in, they make their arrangements during the, to come in on a specific day or on a weekend or whatever and do their jail time over the weekend. It might be 2 days that they can do on a Friday and Saturday night. And after they get their 24 hours in per day, they're allowed to go home. So these aren't people that are a danger to the community.
If people are concerned about should they be in the community, the people that are on the minimus, they're already in the community. I mean, they're already out there. They're just coming in on their weekends or their days off to do their time in here. So
They're out there already.
yeah, they're already out there.
If we got rid of this minimus program, we eliminate a lot of the possibility of items coming into the jail, contraband coming into the jail, not having to deal with booking these people in on a regular basis, and they have to spread that out anyway. You could have as many as 20 or 30 of these people in the facility over the weekend, and it costs money. You feed them. There might be medications involved. All these different things that come into play. And if we can eliminate that program by putting people out in the community doing work, and it might be cleaning up a street, it might be out in the county someplace working on cleaning up a cemetery, painting a building, painting over graffiti, just all the different things that we can do with they're offenders. They won't be inmates, but they would be offenders, and have them give back to the community, and they pay for the privilege to do this.
If you take a first-time offender, just a misdemeanor, and you put that person in jail the first time, you double the risk that they'll reoffend. Because you have a pro-social person who has done a thing, and then you put him in with a whole bunch of antisocial people. And they are going to influence that person more than he or she is going to influence the others. And so the thing about throwing people in jail is you make them worse. You make them more prone to commit an offense by putting them in jail. If you can encourage pro-social behavior in people, then maybe they're going to go back out and they're not going to offend again. And that's another aspect of it that is really kind of important, because the idea is if we can, people make mistakes. And once in a while, everybody has done something really stupid,